I said if I was gonna get started in this good content podcast world, I was gonna start off with some people that were already in my phone that I just knew, it would make life a little easier for me. And me and P always run into each other, and just we got a long history. So first of all, thank you.
No doubt.
Thank you for everything. P Cutta owns this room, this whole.
We in my spot. You know what I'm
building,
saying? We on location. That's all.
Yeah, the pool table, the flowers, and he's a
It's
flower
my
guy.
game room.
He's a flower. Nobody knew you're a flower guy the whole
This is my
time.
game room. You know what I'm saying?
But man, the legendary P Cutta, man. We were just talking a little bit off camera, man. Like, are you could call yourself a legend, or did somebody else call you a legend?
Yeah. It was like when you do some legendary shit.
Okay.
I feel like, and people recognize, I ain't called myself a legend before. Somebody else called me a legend, and I was like, you know what? You might be right. I did some legendary shit. I mean, this shit I did go down in history. So
I'm gonna call you a legend. I'm gonna call you a legend. I kind of wait for people, to kind of say it, and I think, P, I think sometimes that word gets kind of thrown around, especially in 2025. Like, get kind of thrown around a little bit. You gotta do some legendary shit, and that you have done, my brother. That you have done, and we're gonna get to that. But let's start from the beginning, man. Where you originally from, P?
all right, so I was if we starting from the beginning,
The beginning, because I heard some Afro beat when we was kind of like hanging downstairs,
So
and
we
I was
talking
like,
about
yo,
my
my
roots.
bro, bro, got like I ain't really know that, the beginning, man.
Okay. Well, I was born in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
I was born
Where? What hospital? DC niggas always like, nigga, you ain't a DC
I know,
nigga
I ain't
unless
calling
you.
myself a D.C. nigga.
Yeah, you ain't really like what hospital, nigga.
I was born in Women's Hospital of Columbia.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And my parents are Ghanaian, West Africa.
Okay.
So they came here from Ghana and had me and my brother while my father came to D.C. to attend Howard University.
So your pops went to Howard.
Pops went to Howard.
Wow. What year are we talking about?
Let me see. I was born in 75, so
Okay.
I think he was there from early 70s.
So that's when you got here.
Yeah, I was born in 75, and he was at Howard.
Okay.
My brother was born in 72. He was at Howard.
Okay.
When I was born, he might have been teaching at Howard at the time, like graduate student type teaching, but he came from university in Ghana and went to graduate school at Howard. So,
Dope.
and then he brought my mom's here, and we were born.
Where'd y'all live? What
We
part
lived,
of this city?
Northwest, uptown, 16th, I think 16th and Oak.
Okay.
16th and Oak, 14th and Oak, 16th and Oak, somewhere like that. You know what I mean?
So you lived here like the whole time, like your
well,
whole
no.
life? Or?
All right, so I was born here,
Okay.
D.C. Probably by the time I could fly, age of 1, I went back to Ghana.
Oh, word. Okay.
So I lived in Ghana. So now, taking to my father, he's extending his studies. So he moved to Philly to go to, I think, Thomas Jefferson or Temple. I don't know which order it went, but he moved to Philly. He shipped me and my brother to Ghana to stay with my grandmother. So we lived there for about 3 years, I think until the age of 4, maybe so he could finish his studies and whatever the case is. And then when we moved back here, I ended up in Jersey, right outside Philly.
That explains a lot.
You know what I mean? So
That
that's
explains
how
a
I
lot.
ended up out there. I was born here, but I grew up in New Jersey.
Okay.
So
So like grew up
Camden, New Jersey, if you're familiar.
Is that like New Jersey Drive? Like
Yeah,
they
no,
like still in the
that's-
car? Like I've heard of it.
New Jersey Drive is more North Jersey.
Okay.
I'm South Jersey. We're literally the bridge across from Philly.
Okay.
I mean, it's like, it's the hood, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't go outside, like as a kid, young kid, like, you know, I'm inside. Like, there's nothing out there for me in Camden
Yeah.
to be outside. So it's like the hood. It's like going what's the hood of DC?
It's a whole lot of them.
Yeah, but you
Same,
might go
yeah.
to Barry Farms or something,
So when did music? How did the music start to incorporate?
So from a young age, I mean, my father, he was heavy into music. He loved music. He was like throwing parties all the time. Every African that came to the States.
yeah.
Seriously, African that came to the States, he was having parties. And it's funny because, I grew up in Jersey, right? And a lot of times I have friends that like grew up in the same area, right? And they think it's one way. And I let them know, like, listen, I really grew up African in America.
Yeah.
Like I didn't grow up American in
Africa.
I grew up African in America. Like it was a lot of different. Like we only went to African parties. You know what I'm saying? The whole community we were around from DC. I mean, I had so much family in the DMV area because this is where we landed first, and then we moved. Everybody else was still here. So,
DMV's heavy, heavy with that.
Heavy with that. I got cousins all across the DMV, and we used to visit them every summer. You know what I mean?
Wow,
So I used to be out here in the summer times, visiting my cousins, and they wearing slouch socks, and you know what I'm saying? It was different, but it was like we family. So I got to learn the DC culture.
So was your pops a DJ or just? I mean, like y'all was the party house. Like,
yeah, it was like the party house.
Just the party house.
He wasn't the DJ, although he just had all the DJs information, and DJs always gave him music. So I'm just saying, music was always playing in our house.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
So who y'all listening to? Like who?
I mean, from my recollection, what I can remember.
What can you remember? Like what was the first joint like?
So, like I said, it's mostly African music, right?
Uh-huh.
So I don't know the names.
Uh-huh.
It was just I know the songs and music when it come on, and then when Michael Jackson came out, like it was. That was big.
The glove.
That
yeah,
was
the glove. Yeah.
Like I think Lionel Richie dancing on the ceiling.
Heavy with the
records.
with the video with the upside down.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So we had a record player. My father had tape decks with mad music all the time. So music was always just something that I listened to and I loved. And I think that's part of it because all my home videos from a kid is I'm dancing like I'm like old people.
Yo, you was a dancer?
I was a dancer, yo. Like, I mean, I was a dancer.
I
like,
was too. Well,
listen, I was a dancer. Like every time different people come to the house, my father called me. Hey, come downstairs, dance for him, and I be there pop locking like ah.
Wow. So what age did you like? Did you get like some DJ equipment? Did you like rig some stuff together like around the house?
When I say I grew up African in America, right? I couldn't tell my father like, yeah, I want to get some DJ equipment to be a DJ. Like,
right.
What? You gonna be a doctor? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I wasn't at that age. I wasn't aspiring to be a DJ. I just loved music.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just love music. And like I said, that just being around music all the time, and I like to dance. Like I don't know if you remember, I wanted to be like Scoob and Scrap Lover.
Come on, man.
Like I'm serious.
Man. Come on,
listen.
Man. Come on.
Like you can talk to people right now.
Yeah.
I used to be in the middle of the mall dancing on stage at like the mall, and it was one of my people's was an artist or something. And me and my man, we was Scoob and Scrap backup dancers. We doing all the tricks.
Yo, I cut my whole shit off.
Oh yeah.
Like my whole shit, like you know what I mean. I want to be Kane, but Scoob and Scrap. Like,
oh yeah.
They was, but it was just.
Yeah. I mean Kane, I loved Kane, but just the dancing part of it was just, you know what I mean.
Wow.
So,
can you still dance?
Yeah. I mean.
So like we just start moving all this shit.
I bring back some old school. The crazy part is I used to do talent shows. Like breakdancing talent shows, and
you would win.
I can't say I would win
because everybody was dancing, and everybody was dancing too.
It wasn't even everybody dancing because I didn't go to my predominantly it was a predominantly white school.
Okay.
So not everybody was dancing. It's just, I didn't take it seriously, but I like to dance. So when they like, yo, it's a talent show, what you want to do? I'm like, yo, Jay, put me on it. I'm dancing. Man, I didn't come up with a routine. I just went up there and started freestyling. People like, yo, P, I just remember you on there doing the same thing.
Do you remember like coming up like Jersey or DC, right? Do you remember like the DJs, like, cause you were a dancer, right? So like, do you remember like the DJs, who the DJs were, like at the parties? Like, you remembering like any of them, like who was like the guys, like
you talking about when I was in DC?
When you were DC and Jersey, like who were the guys like DJing, like when you were coming up?
So when I was coming up, Jersey, I don't, like I said, it was African party, so it was my Uncle Nick.
He was your uncle's the DJ.
Uncle's the DJ, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Nick come with all the records. Uncle Johnny over here going. Uncle, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was uncle.
That's crazy though. Like
everybody was uncle, so I don't even know who was my real uncle, but I just know your DJ is your uncle.
Yeah. Yo, that's crazy though. Yeah.
But when I got to DC, I mean, I went to Howard and we had a few DJs. Well, let me see. I came in.
What year were you at Howard?
I came in
years.
I came in 93.
Who was the guy? Who Howard DJing?
Young Guru.
Young Guru.
Yeah. Young Guru. I mean, that's who I went to the parties. They was throwing the hottest parties. They was bringing the roots. They was bringing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and Young Guru, which,
Yeah, it speaks for itself.
He speaks for himself with that. But he was the mix master, you know what I'm saying? Any party he was DJing at, that's where we were at.
That's what's up. Who? Anybody else up there besides Guru DJing?
Later on, DJ Ben Amin.
Good guy, yeah, Ben Amin.
DJ Ben Amin was doing his
Ben
thing. And a lot of them. I had DJ MOS. I mean, so MOS. He was a DJ that lived next door to me in the dorm.
Oh, word. Okay.
So I could say. I had friends, though, in high school that had the record players and turntables. So I would go over there and mess around with their stuff. And I never thought I would be a DJ. It was just, I love music, right? So when we got to Howard, that's when I wanted to be a DJ. You know what I mean? And then I had my next door neighbor had the DJ equipment in there.
Let's rewind a little bit to Guru. Could you tell that he was special? Like back then, man. And it's a bunch of y'all from that era now.
Yeah. Well, Howard was special, so it was like
who was there? Like shout to Guru.
Yeah.
I mean, of course he was special. Who that whole something definitely was in the water.
Listen, I mean, I could shout out some notable guys that were there, like Tracy Lee.
Tracy Lee. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was there. He was part of the crew. We had who else? You know what's crazy? A lot of the DJs, and I can't remember the DJs, but we had a lot of artists or people that were involved in music. So like AJ Calloway.
Wow.
You know what I mean? He was he lived in the dorm with me, and it's crazy because I was the barber, and I just remember the story where I had people coming to me like first week of school. They coming to me like, yo, this dude cut my hair. He messed me up. Can you fix it? Who was it? It was AJ Calloway. I'm like,
yo, AJ was a barber too?
No.
Oh, he just was cutting people hair?
He just was trying to do the
just
barber hustle.
Whatever.
Like, when you get to college, you want to make money, right?
Yeah.
You tell a nigga like, yo, yeah, you need a haircut? I got you. $10. Everybody could cut then. Like, nobody knew who could not cut and cut.
Is Puff there in this like around this time?
No, Puff left.
So he's before that. Before. Okay.
Puff was late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
By the time I got there in 93, Puff left. But that's when Big he came back with
So he's
Big.
coming back with the
He came back 94 with Big.
So you're there then?
Oh yeah, I'm there then. We street team. I was Mike Lighty with Violator Records.
Okay.
Yeah, we had the Violator jackets, and we promoting whatever Mike Lighty because his sister Nicole Lighty went there.
So Puff comes back. So you're working with Puff, like doing the whole Big Mac. Y'all was doing like the whole Big Mac shit, like the whole.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't me directly, but like I said, AJ Calloway, he was working with them by Storm Entertainment, the management for Biggie and all of that. So he was bringing. He grew up with Lauryn Hill, so he was bringing Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying? Different artists like that.
1994. What is Howard Homecoming looking like?
Man,
like 1994.
it was like the reason I went to Howard. That's what for Howard Homecomings. Like it was literally like I would watch videos and the artist Shy.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did
Shy
go to
went
Howard. Yeah,
they went to Howard before me. So when I saw them shooting music videos on Howard campus, like I saw the music video and it's Howard, that's when I told my pops. And my pops went to Howard, but he was trying to get me to go to like a school in Jersey or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, I'm going to Howard.
I'm going over there.
Like
Shy over there.
They shooting music videos. It was about music. I love music.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can't even say that at that time I knew I wanted to be like in the music industry or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the DJ. I wasn't even thinking like that. I just wanted to be around that.
Wow. What was your major?
My major was physical therapy. I finished my undergrad and my master's. I got a master's in physical therapy at Howard.
I swear, man, every time I talk to you for longer than 5 minutes, I learn something. I learn something new. So, but
I know it's crazy because they wanted to interview me back in the day for like Don Diva magazine, right? I'm in there interviewing. I'm like, I got my master's degree. They're like, what? Hold on.
Everybody in this magazine's a killer.
Everybody in this magazine is gangster. You the intellectual gangster. I'm like, you want to know my story? This is it. Like I got a master's in physical therapy and I missed the street wars.
Did you ever like get a job like doing this physical therapy thing? Like,
I worked in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I worked at and don't get me wrong, when you say did I ever get a job, some of it was in school, right? You do what they call a practical. Mm-hmm. So part of the semester you go and work inside the physical therapy hospital, clinic, or whatever. So when they chose like where you want to go, you can stay in town or you go out of town. I did one in Baltimore.
Okay.
And then I did one in Miami. They had a place in Miami. I said, give me that.
This is before the whole,
This is 92.
Okay.
I mean, no, I'm sorry. This is like 99. This is like 98, 99. I'm like, they like, yo, you can do your print in Miami. I'm like, yes, give me that. It was great because Miami's real lax when it comes to that type stuff. Like my clinical instructor, I don't even want to tell nobody, but I would be at the club the night before till 5 a.m, come to work, half twisted, not even, you know what I mean?
Everybody's happy.
Half twisted, but make it a little late. My instructor like, yo, this is Miami, I understand. You know what I mean? Just try to be on time.
Yo, that's
I need to
crazy.
take a little nap and then I'll be ready for patients.
P Cutta's a physical therapist.
Yeah, physical therapy.
Yo, that's ill. So you're a man of many. You got a lot of jobs, man. You're a barber.
I mean, I could choose what I want to do. Like, what do you want to do? Jesus? Okay, this time of my life, I'm gonna be a barber. This time, I'm gonna be a DJ. You know what? Because it was one point after I was doing the music. After I was like, you know what? I still got this physical therapy degree.
I can still do this.
I can still do this if I.
You can still do it now.
Listen, that was all. So when I was in school, I was P Cutta. Like everybody know me. I used to drive around the campus with a Range Rover with the CDs in the trunk. Mm-hmm. But I'm going down to the hill to go to class. You know what I mean? I'm selling CDs on the side.
Yeah.
I'm dropping CDs off at stores, distributing, but I got class because I got to pass this physiology.
Yeah. Yo, that's crazy.
Anatomy class, which is so hard that it's just like, yo.
So before you really like started DJ, you were a CD man?
Yeah, so, and I could tell you, because I always wanted to be a DJ, but I never went that path. So that's what I ended up being. I was managing DJs.
Who'd you manage?
You heard DJ Rec? He's from Philly. He went to Howard.
Uh-huh.
He used to put out mixtapes.
Okay.
So between him and DNA,
okay,
I wasn't his manager.
Shout out DNA.
Yeah, I wasn't his manager, but he was another guy that was putting out mixtapes, right? But, you know, my thing was I was distributing mixtapes, so I was dealing with people in New York. And let me say, I first started distributing mixtapes. After you start distributing mixtapes, you meet the DJs that are more local that want you to sell their stuff too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got SNS I got Craig G.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All them in the
Clue.
back.
I got everything from back in that era. You know what I mean? But now it's somebody more local is like, all right. And
so what is a manager like in that era? Like, what is a manager like? What is your job?
So in that mixtape era, right? If you remember the cassette tape era, DJs did not sell their own cassettes or music or nothing like that. DJs, all they did was make the mix, and then they found a manager or
The guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would press them up and give them to the right people to get out there. So they sold masters. So you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna sell you a master for $200. So now I got this master, this DJ mix, and I got mad machines that can do 10 tapes
At a time.
I got a couple machines do 10 tapes at a time, mass produce. I used to take it to New York. Not even just New York, but like I said, so DC was my base. So when I got to DC, you know, DC's a go-go town at this time. Hip hop, they like, what? Hip hop? Nah. Because if it ain't Scarface or Backyard, I mean, we not like what? Who cares?
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, there's people that's in DC that I know aren't from DC. Like me, I was one of them. So I'm like, yo, I don't want to keep having to go to New York to get my mixtapes. Like, it's just every mixtape that drop, I got to go to New York. So from doing that, I met the guy that would supply me. Like I said, I'm riding around with selling tapes out the trunk of everybody. You know what I'm saying? I met the guy that gets the master from Clue. So when it come out, Clue don't even have his tape before I got it. You see what I'm saying? Clue don't even have this tape before I got it. So
we're talking tapes. We're not talking CDs.
yeah, we're talking about tapes. This is CDs is different.
And the reason I say tapes is because I know that after generation and generation, the quality of that tape starts to get a little weak.
Yeah. It gets different.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about tapes.
So you got the first,
like, there was no CDs.
Clue or SNS or you know, whoever the guy is, you know, back in those days. They make that joint. You got the first Ron G and all those guys. You got the first generation.
First generation.
And you bringing it to DC. So you're the reason DC
exactly
has mixtapes.
Exactly. So I was going to stores and they didn't know what mixtapes were. And I said, listen, put this in your store. People gonna come ask for it. So I was putting it in stores on consignment. It could have been a clothing store. It could have been a record store. It could have been just any type of mom and pop store, cell phone store. So, and my reasoning is because I was a mixtape junkie at the time. And I didn't want to have to keep traveling just to buy some tapes for myself. So I needed a way to feed, you know, my hunger for mixtapes. So when I go up there, I could, I mean, you know, at this point it's tape, so you're still just buying masters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when it got to CDs, I need to buy, let me get 30 of those Clues. You know what I mean? Whatever. And then I supply each store 10, 5.
Who was the guy, like, as far as the mixtapes, I guess, in that era, who I mean, of course, Clue.
Yeah, Clue, Envy, Clue.
Envy, Clue.
So, you talking about tapes or?
Tapes. I'm talking about tapes.
Okay.
Man. We still in tapes.
Oh, we still on tapes.
The CDs, I know it changed. Okay. It changed a little bit with that.
Clue transitioned to both eras, right? But when they talking about tapes, so I was dealing Tony Touch.
Okay.
Doo-Wop.
Shout out Doo-Wop. Doo-Wop, I'm looking for you.
Rated R.
You're supposed to be here. Rated R.
And it's SNS.
SNS. Shout out to homie.
I can't even say Kid Capri wasn't really dropping.
That's a little earlier
time.
before
that's
that.
Earlier.
Yeah,
that's
earlier,
like
yeah.
He was already on everything. He was already like gone. He was like mixtape.
Def Jam, yeah. Def Jam about it, yeah.
I gotta go. I still got a box of tapes that, you know what I mean, like that I still have, that like them old tapes.
Wow.
So I could go back, and it's different DJs. And I'm trying to think if DJ Self, I don't know if he was tape. He might have been more CD era, but I had some of his joints too.
Not to dig too deep into the pockets. What is all right, so money wise, like what do you, so you said you were on consignment back. What is a tape costing in the 90s? What is in DC? Now we down here now.
Oh, you talking about a mixtape?
Yeah, what is a mixtape like?
It's $10
in the store.
In the store.
So you're selling it to the, what we doing? What we have? What we like 5 and 5?
Like 7 and
7. You keeping 7
on consignment?
On consignment.
If you want to buy it up front, then we half and half.
You keeping 7, and the store keeping 3, but the store selling so many of them.
Well, the store
is fair. It's
the
cool.
store is it's you know, it's how consignment works, right?
Yeah.
If you want this, you buy it for half price. You can make double your money.
Right.
But if you don't trust it, you sell it. When you sell it, then you pay me. So whatever you don't sell, I take back. So you don't lose. All it is money you made. And the numbers is, you know, I got, like, it went through eras. Like, I went from, because I know I was telling CDs, when CDs came out, I was selling them for 20 and 15, because it was a new medium that, like, yo, nigga, we got Clue tape on CD. Nobody got, like, there was no CD burners. There was, you see what I'm saying? Consignment, I feel like consignment, I might have been consigning it for 15, and you sell it for 20.
And it's easier for you to really produce it and faster, right?
Yeah, when it came down
with the machines.
But I didn't have machines then. When the median first
you're
came,
still buying.
I'm buying them. So I'm buying CDs wholesale for 10. I'm selling it to the next store, consignment for 15, and their price point is selling it for 20. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm getting it from New York, and I'm getting it from the guy that originally was getting the masters of tapes from Clue and Envy and whoever else.
Yeah.
You know, and it's mostly New York because that's where, you know,
that's where everybody's at. Yeah, that's where everybody's at.
I'm getting it from him. So he's pressing up. I just put my order in. He has thousands and thousands. I put my order in. So it's like that. You know what I mean? That's just the game. That's the hustle. That's the hustle so I could get the Clue tape and listen to it myself. I make money from getting the tape to listen to it myself.
If we're just talking tapes, right? We ain't got the CDs, right? If we're just talking tapes.
Yeah.
Top 5 greatest tapes. We still, and this is just for you. For you. All right, you're a distributor. Like you putting it on the streets, right? Give me 5.
I'm gonna give you
in order. You can start from 5. No order. All right, I ain't gonna put it too. I ain't gonna make it too difficult.
Because I gotta think about this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it too difficult.
35 years ago.
35 years ago.
This is
just tapes. We're gonna get to the CDs in a little bit.
Yeah, because what year are we at right now? 19?
We gotta be in. We gotta be in like 97 and down and under.
So like I said, this is 1992 and 1993. So it's like 33 years ago. But I'm gonna give you some classic tapes.
Just throw a few at me.
Tony Touch, 50 MCs.
Of course.
Tony Touch and Doo-Wop, the Diaz brothers.
Now is this in DC?
Yeah.
Tony Touch and Doo-Wop, they selling tapes in DC. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, it's mixtapes.
It's mixtapes.
It's
and I mean, that's what's
popular.
What's popping, yeah.
I mean, and not even saying that's what's popular. The people that know of the underground mixtapes,
you know.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you're talking tapes right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Clue started coming out with the era where it wasn't as, how can I put it? It wasn't as, the tapes wasn't as intricate and thought out. Clue was just getting exclusives.
He was getting that, yeah.
He just was getting exclusive and throwing them bitches on it. Bah, bah, bah. And throwing it out. And it was like, oh shit, who's that? The new DMX? What? That's Cameron? That's, you know what I mean?
I don't give a fuck if they mixing these two records together.
I don't give a fuck they mixing.
Yeah. I got the record.
Tape.
I got you.
The other ones was different. 50 MCs, all them artists is in this, coming to the studio recording.
It's art.
A
yeah,
freestyle.
it's really.
It's put together, like, you know. Then you got the blend tape, which is man, why I can't think of his name right now, but
Juice, Ron G, blends?
Nah, blends. It's gonna kill me. He used to blend slow jams with hip hop. Oh, this is what, and it's crazy. This is what made me fall in love with mixtapes. It was this DJ, and right now, where my phone at? It's slipping my mind. I don't even know why.
You still got the tape?
I don't have the actual tape.
But you got a copy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I go on what's it called and look it up. It was hosted by Angie Martinez. Oh, it's gonna get back to. Let's move on because that's gonna kill me right now. I'm gonna figure it out.
Give me 4 and 5.
So let me think. In tape era, any one of Ron G's, I can't remember the name of it, because I was in the blends. Like, that was what a DJ was for me. Like, you put this record behind this and make it sound hot.
Yeah.
That was at tape level.
Yeah.
And Ron G used to have some ill R&B blends with the.
For sure.
And I can't remember the name because some of these DJs, they just drop so many. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And 5. Damn, yo. My memory. I got to go do some homework because I just have to see it and be like.
You know, they got vitamins for that, man. I'm like that too.
It's like that too, right?
Yeah, they got. I think they got some vitamins or something, like some memory. I don't know.
You know what? It's you live life, and when you live a good life for a long time, a lot of stuff. You get a lot of information. You get a lot of good shit that just comes in.
I'm gonna start telling people that because I can't remember.
Yeah, because it's like I remember it, but it has to be something. I have to see something in order for me to like. Oh yeah, that's it. It's gonna kill me because I love this DJ.
Don't worry, man. It's gonna come back to you. We got plenty of time, man. So fast forward a little bit. What made you say, I can do this? All right, I'm selling all these mixtapes, but shit, man, I could do this myself.
Well, I didn't think I could. Right? It wasn't that wasn't how it happened. I didn't think I could do this because the DJs I listen to is blends and you know what I'm saying? It probably wasn't until Clue came out. And Clue and Envy.
Like, I can do that though.
Like, I can do this.
Shout out to Clue. There's no diss. Clue can DJ.
No.
Yeah, and Envy can. They can both. Yeah.
You know, they just not.
But
blend.
that type of mixtape.
Yeah, there's a different type of mixtape.
Yeah.
It's like Steph Curry coming into the NBA and now everybody just shooting threes.
Yeah.
When before it's like behind the back.
Yeah. I can't dunk backwards, but I can shoot that 3. Yeah.
That 3. Yeah. Clue like I can't do them blends. But I could give you this exclusive.
Yeah, I'm gonna find. And you know what's crazy though? It's an art to that.
It's an art to it.
You gotta go find.
No, it's an art to it because that's a hustle art. Like that's not something you go and you just create. That's like, all right, you are traveling the studios and meeting artists, you networking just to get this exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
And when you get this exclusive, you got to run home, mix it, package it, put it out, promote it, whatever the case is. And, you know, back then it was no internet. So it's
That's a lot.
You guerrilla marketing, you in the streets with it. So it's art to it.
But you're like, all right, I can do that.
So I had like I said, I was managing the DJ rec, right? Now, or even, you know, DNA, right? So now these are DJs that's local that I'm like, I'm selling all these tapes, right? But I need more to sell. Clue ain't dropping that often. I need more turnaround. So I'm going to them like, yo, what else you got? Like, yo, put something else out. Because at this point, you not known like that you could just drop one and it's going to sell for a while. So if you just keep dropping more and more, that's more. You'll sell as much as Clue by just dropping more volumes. But, you know, whatever it takes a DJ to do, I ain't know at the time, whatever. So I wasn't getting it, right? So I'm like, okay. I need something else to sell. That's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it together and tape myself.
So was the first tape a Street Wars or it just was like a random tape?
The first tape was a Street Wars.
The first tape was a Street Wars?
Tape.
Oh, it wasn't? It was. I came off the top with Street Wars Volume 1, P Cutta Presents Battles for the Streets. And it wasn't even P Cutta Presents. It was just Street Wars Volume 1, The Battles for the Streets. That's it. My name wasn't on it. I wasn't even saying nothing on it. Nobody even know who put it out. It was me, but. So you had all these tapes. So this is my theory. I don't know how true this theory is, right? This is my theory. We never talked about this. So my theory was you had all these tapes. And you was like, I'm going to take this from this tape. I'm going to take this from this tape. I'm going to take this from this tape. And I'm going to put it all onto one tape. All the shit you love without the bullshit onto one tape. And this is a tape. So am I correct?
It was something, it was something like that. So, mind you, at this time, I'm a barber.
Okay.
I'm a CD distributor.
So you know what niggas want.
I know what niggas want because I'm I'm selling haircuts. You couldn't get a haircut without a CD. Like it was more or less
hand
like,
in hand,
it's like nah. You buying a CD with this haircut. Every time you come,
I do that today.
You get a haircut and a CD.
I do it today. I do it today.
Package deal. You get a haircut by me, you buy a CD and a haircut. So, but I'm a barber, right? I can listen. I cut hair 8-10 hours a day, listening to music. Each tape is 90 minutes long. I'm just playing every tape back that I'm selling, and as soon as I play it, then I sell it, and I got more. But it's like, all right. Sold out of them, put the next tape in, sell it, right? The way we were with music, everybody, you exclusives coming out, different people. Now, you might see somebody put something out where, like I'm going to use Street Wars Volume 1, for instance, right? The major beef on that was Jadakiss and Beanie Siegel.
Wow.
Okay? Now, if you didn't buy every mixtape, you was confused. Like, yo, why Beans talking about Kiss? Yo, why Kiss saying something about Beans? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew why because I listened to every fucking mixtape. So I heard it here and here. Like, I'm like, yo, you don't remember like 3 weeks ago when Rated R dropped and Kiss? You don't remember when? You see what I'm saying? So I'm in the barbershop and niggas don't know nothing. It's like, I'm the only person that knows all the information. And I can't have conversations with you because I'm like, I'm trying to put you on to what's going on, but you like, nigga, I ain't listening to that. I don't know. I said, all right, I'm going to put together a mixtape that's going to tell the story in order of when it happened.
Of what happened.
Yo, over here, Jadakiss or Bean said this, or this song, you see this verse right here with DMX? And the locks, and he says this slick line because of this song over here that Jay and Rockefeller did, is reference to that. It's subliminal disses.
All together.
But I got the subliminal diss. Like I see why he said that because of this and that. So when I put on the tape, you might not even see it, but I put what it is. So that's why I put Jadakiss dissing Beanie Siegel, and you'll be like, you have to figure it out now. Like, listen to it, and if you can figure out what he said dissing him, then you in the money.
Street Wars Volume.
So Street Wars Volume 1, it was you know how you have a compilation CD?
Yeah,
Which is called a mixtape.
Yeah.
It's like a compilation. I went further, and I made a compilation mixtape of mixtapes.
yeah, I know.
You see what I'm saying? I made a mixtape of mixtapes. This is some never done before. Legendary shit. But, of course, as a DJ, right, in the mixtape, right, you put your name over it.
My drops is everywhere.
So that nobody else would use it.
Yes.
And not even that nobody, you knew they got it from your tape.
Yes.
So, essentially, I looked at it like, yo, I'm bigging up this DJ for dropping this beef record on his tape, whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? And I'm bigging up this DJ for dropping this. So it was a compilation of, like, for instance, my man DJ Absolute, he from Queens, he Mobb Deep
Absolute,
DJ.
yeah, legend.
He covers some shit that I listened to his tape and I'm like, oh shit, that's what's going on. So I put it on there, but I didn't put it on there and try to block his name out of it. No, DJ Absolute. Like I said, it was Street Wars, Battles for the Street. It had nothing to do with P Cutta as a DJ. This had to do.
You didn't even have your name on it.
No, I ain't have my name on it. This was just, I ain't have my drops, name, nothing. If you notice, that didn't come until Street Wars Volume 2, because what happened was I was in New York, maybe distributing or picking up new CDs. So I was selling them in DC for like a month. Like, anybody came through the barbershop, all my record stores, all my mom and pop clothing stores, cell phone stores was selling Street Wars. So DC, it originated in DC. They the first to have it. So then I was like, you know what? People liked it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take this to New York. I took it to New York. Mind you, I went to Canal Street. I know about 20, 30 vendors. I only took 50 with me. I took the one vendor. He like, yo, yeah, give me 20. Next vendor, give me 20.
You don't got enough.
Next vendor, give me 20. All I got is 10. All right, yeah. That's it. I had 10. That's it. All the other 20 vendors. So I took it, gave it to them. They didn't, they know who I am because I was buying stuff from them. But they, like I said, it didn't have my name.
Street Wars Volume 1, are any of the DJs upset? Is anybody just, mad? Because, it's almost an unwritten rule for you to have another DJ's drop on your mixtape. Even though it wasn't technically yours, because nobody even knows.
Well, that's the thing. I wasn't technically a DJ. I was an executive producer.
Because nobody that I could think of ever really did that. Because it was just, it was just a rule,
But it had to be done because of what it was, and nobody was doing it. Now, if there was other DJs that were doing it, don't get it wrong. Other DJs after I did it, they was like, "Yo, I was gonna do that." All right, too late. Or they tried to as well, but I had the better name. My concept was better. So they dropped this, but it didn't blow up like mine's blew up. You see what I'm saying? So when I dropped it, I left New York. I came back to DC, sold whatever tapes I had. I know some new tapes came out. Let me go back to New York. I go back to New York. I'm in one of the record stores, and everybody's like, yo, niggas is looking for you. Like, And I can't remember. It was a website. This was the first website that ever sold mixtapes. All he did, he was on Canal Street, put all the mixtapes on the site on Canal Street, and then every time he got order, he'll be on Canal Street picking them up and shipping them out to people.
We are on CD mode at this time, right? Too as well, right? Oh, yeah. The first Street Wars was a CD.
First Street Wars was a CD.
Okay.
It was because it was CD era.
Yeah, it was CD era.
Tapes
That's
was
what
still
I meant.
there.
Yeah, it still was some tapes, but
it was still tapes. But
yeah.
At this point, it's CD era because this is 2001. CD era came in like 97, 98.
And we talking Beans and Jada then.
Beans and Jada. There was much disses before, but it was like I wanted to do it some time ago. I'm from Philly area, and I was a big Jadakiss fan. So once this happened, I was like, oh, I'm putting this tape together. Like nothing's gonna stop me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I've been wanting to do this, but this was like I have to do it because this is great. This is like, to me, is the best battle that I'm gonna witness because these two lyricists are going at it. It's gonna be the shit. So that's what made me do it.
So it worked. Fast forward to volume 2.
No. So I'm going to go back to volume 1.
Oh, we still in 1. Yeah, you said we could do a whole podcast.
Yeah. Because I'm going to just say,
one.
Once I went to New York and dude was like, yo, whatever tape that was, I need 2,000 of them.
Wait, so.
He was like, I need 2,000.
So a vendor asked, this is the first.
My first CD.
He needs 2,000. Can you even make 2,000?
No, I'm taping them like a regular tape deck.
Like, yo.
I mean, I'm taping them like one at a time. Like I got a computer and a disc. Burn one.
One at a time.
One. I'm going to Kinko's photoshopping the cover. No. So that was, but I don't know. I'm African. I say it's my African instincts. I said, I got you. I'll be back in a week. Like, nigga, what?
Straight face.
I'm on there like, all right. I know niggas do flyers. I'm going to every flyer, dude. Like, yo, I need to press up 2,000 CDs or more because one person just wants 2,000. Everybody else is going to be ordering. I need to come back with 5,000 CDs.
Shit, man.
And this is at like, I think at this point, well, because it's New York, because in D.C., my price point is different. In New York, this is $5 a CD.
Yeah, this shit's everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? But I could get $8, $8 a CD wholesale. I'm talking about wholesale in D.C., because they still selling it for $15.
Shit, man.
But in New York, they selling it for $10.
Were you able to even get the 2,000?
Oh yeah,
you made it happen.
I made it happen. I was, that was my side hustle. I figured out how to get. I think I went to Kinko's. I ain't gonna say his name, but I went to Kinko's. At different parts, I don't know which order, but I made it happen. I pressed up CD covers. I think I bought my first CD burner for $5,000.
Yeah, that was crazy back in them days.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy prices.
And it might have been after this order. This order, I don't even know how I did it. No, I might have invested the $5,000 because I was about to press.
Because you knew it was about to happen.
Yeah, I knew it was about to happen.
You got the formula. Like, let me ask you this though. So, what is the feeling for a mixtape DJ like? And we can probably use the first Street Wars, right? So you press these 2,000 up, right? Mm-hmm. So let's just say the guy, first of all, props to the guy that bought the 2,000. Because technically, he's really responsible for a lot of shit, right?
No, he's the first.
He's the first one, right?
Website.
And that was website as well.
It was a website.
So how does it feel like when you start to see your tape in other places, like everybody, like other people didn't burn it. Like you're not necessarily getting a dime off of that motherfucker, but you start to see it spread, throughout. Are you pissed off because you didn't get the dime, or are you excited? Like, shit, yeah,
I'm excited. Like I wasn't a DJ aspiring to do this. I was a hustler that hustled tapes, and this is another tape I could hustle. It had nothing to do with me. So it's just a matter of getting this out. It's like getting the information out. If you get this tape, I don't care if you get the bootleg. I don't care if you get the original. I took it to Canal Street so it could be bootlegged. I took it to the Africans out there.
So that it will be bootlegged.
Yeah, because we didn't call it bootleg then. I didn't, because I come from the era that DJs didn't sell their own shit. It was always a master, and then this nigga presses it.
So
this nigga
it's
presses
part of the culture.
It's part of the culture.
Yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm getting my $200, but I'm giving you 50 pieces. So give me $200, 50 pieces. You sell the 50 and you need more and you need to press up your own. Yeah, I'm in DC. I'm not here.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah. Everybody happy. I mean, this is in the beginning too, so nobody know who I am. I just want my joint to spread out there. So like I said, when I came back and he wanted them 2,000, that's when my man was like, yo, you need to put your name on it. If I'm about to sell a nigga 2,000, because they like, we didn't know who. I've been looking for you for 2 weeks. I didn't know who to call, contact, who did it. It's just a CD that says Street Wars Battle, and it was crazy. So that's when they called me P Cutta in the barbershop, cutting hair. So I was thinking of DJ names. I'm like, they call me P Cutta.
What's on the cover? What's on the cover? This first one, is this like the joint? It's like 50. Like this the dark. What's the cover of that joint?
50 might have been on there actually.
And where I'm going with this,
So
who did the artwork? Like, how? Okay. That's where I'm going. Like, that's kind of where I'm going. Yeah. Like,
so the first one. So, I told you I went to Howard, right? Now I used to go. I think I used to go into the computer lab at Howard. I was not in Howard, but I used to go in the computer lab at Howard and go on their computer and print up CD covers so I could sell, right? And I'm in there one day and I see this dude and he doing graphics. Every time I go there, I see this dude, he doing graphics. His name's Hug. And he's in the computer lab just making designs on digital graphics. So I went to him. This is after me just distributing other tapes, you know what I mean? I went to him and asked him to design it, and I had my concept. It was called Street Wars. It was like battles for the streets. It's like Star Wars, but Street Wars. You know what I'm saying? And then,
how many Street Wars is it? How many volumes is it?
I think almost 40.
Do you still have like the masters for each one and like a special
I got
place?
A book. I can show you a book in my shop right now. I got the book that has Street Wars 1, 2, 3, like a master book.
Yeah.
So it has a cover and a CD and one of them flip out joints. I got a book like this thick, cause I had 40 Street Wars. I had 40 R&Bs. Mm-hmm. I did other mixtapes, instrumentals. I got 30. I had a lot of different CDs that I came out with after that because
I forgot about them instrumental joints.
Yeah, because after Street Wars came out, now once I drop a Street Wars, it's like, all right, I gotta wait some time for new beef to brew in order to do another Street Wars. So in my head, I said, you know what? I'm dropping Street Wars every 3 months. I'm gonna give y'all niggas 3 months to come at each other or whatever, and then I would drop.
So did it get to the point where the rappers were, now we're gonna just go to you? When I got beef, right? Like now I'm just going straight to P.
It did, but I didn't want that. Like, so I looked at it like, if I'm covering beef, I do not want to be anything that helps create the disses, because then I'm biased at this point. You know what I'm saying? And I never really wanted to be like that. Like, I just wanted y'all to do what y'all do. Don't, like, if somebody, like, I used to have people try to come to me like, yo, I'm going to do a diss. And I'm like, don't just do a diss.
Just do a diss to be on the tape.
CD. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
I don't want fake this. Like, I don't want
it has
fake.
to happen.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want that. Now, there's people that called me and been like, yo, because they had beef. And they like, yo, I'm looking for this beat because I'm about to murder this dude on this beat. But we go back, because you asked me about DJs getting upset.
Who got mad? And I mean, when I asked you about that,
people were upset. But
I know they were upset.
Nobody knew who I was for them
to do it anyway.
For express it to me.
Because that felt, you know what it felt like? Like it feels like if you're like, you know, like you playing like somebody else's dub plate, like at the dance hall, like. So and you know what's is it
crazy?
Like that?
Yeah,
like,
you know, it might be, but I wasn't coming from the perspective of a DJ. So I didn't, like, so for instance, it was times, once I did mixtapes, I used to get exclusives. I would go to the club and hear my name, P Cutta. Like, the DJ's playing something off my CD. And I was like, yo, that's a big up to me. Now I'm everywhere. I'm not even in the club, but you shouting my name out from my CD in the club, my name is getting out there. That's just marketing for me.
Yeah.
That's how I looked at it. So I'll be places in the club, the DJ playing the new A. Marie, but it got P Cutta drops all over it.
So no phone calls, no DJs, you know, really. They kind of kept it.
Not for that. Well,
what for?
So, and that's why, all right, remember I asked you, because you said something about doo-wop. I was like, oh, I want to tell the story with doo-wop there, but I'll tell the story because, you know, he's not here. DJs had beef.
With each other.
Not with me. They had beef with each other. So I looked at them as like, all right, mixtape DJs, y'all artists. Y'all not just DJs. Y'all are artists.
And a lot of them could spit too. Like a lot of them.
So I put a doo-wop freestyle dissing K-Slay on my mixtape. That's when I got a phone call.
So there's a phone call come from so the phone call comes from K-Slay, I'm sure.
Yeah. Phone call comes from K-Slay.
How's this called? R.I.P. to the to the legend
R.I.P.
too,
K-Slay.
man. Yeah, R.I.P. to the legend. How does this phone call go?
I drop a tape. I don't know how long after. It might have been like a day or two after I dropped in New York. I don't even remember what street it was, but just look up doo-wop freestyle dissing K-Slay. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
now hold on. So this is from a doo-wop tape as well, or did doo-wop just give you this joint?
Nah, none of it. This is
from a doo-wop tape, and you just
it probably wasn't. It didn't have his drops on it.
Yeah, it just doo-wop just threw it out there.
Yeah,
everybody had it. Yeah, everybody had it.
It's a freestyle that he did.
Okay.
Doo-wop did a freestyle, and I put it on my tape as he's an artist. Nigga rapping, but it's a diss record.
Doo-wop can rap too.
Yeah, he can rap too.
Yeah, he can rap.
It was a diss record, and I put disses on my joint. R.I.P. K-Slay, I'm gonna say it one more time. But I think the only reason that I got a call is because I feel like K-Slay thought that I took his shine. Because K-Slay always promoted himself as the drama king.
Yeah, I got you.
And he always was the one involved, but he was usually more one-sided in the beef, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, so he couldn't put out a compilation like I did, because he has loyalty to
his guys.
Side.
Yeah, I got you.
I didn't. So when I put out Street Wars, my name was ringing so hard in New York that everywhere he would go, like I had vendors tell me like, yo, K-Slay came through. I told him, yo, you need to get with P Cutta and do a tape together.
yeah. The Drama King and the Street Wars and
It was like, and I was all for it. Like, I was a fan of K-Slay's.
Yeah.
Like, I had all his tapes too. Like, he was intricate.
He was
intricate in a lot of the diss records on that side. I had the other side though too, so they come together. And the crazy part is, I had him. He was the first DJ I had him on my mixtape, dissing another DJ.
So he was dissing doo-wop?
No.
Who was he dissing? Oh, Big Mike probably. Was it Big Mike? No,
Before that.
damn, K-Slay. I know it was
It
a
was
lot.
Envy.
Oh, it was Envy.
And,
Okay.
And Splash.
Okay.
Splash was basically Envy, his manager, or and I say like Splash might have been the one that really distributed the CDs. Envy was just making them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So K-Slay, it wasn't even a rap song. Actually, it might have been, but he was like just talking shit. You know what I mean? I ain't get a call from Envy or nothing like that, but I'm sure they ain't like that. I'm just gonna assume.
Yeah.
But when it happened to him, because Doo-Wop dissed him, that's when he called me. He was like, yo, I can't even remember what he said, but it was something to the extent of like, yo, why you putting this dude on mixtape dissing me? I'm like, nigga,
You do that, yeah.
you know what I diss a mixtape DJ does? So that was my first encounter with K-Slay. We've had a few others after that, so
K-Slay
ended up being like my nemesis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? K-Slay ended up being like my nemesis just because I think it was one of them, like, he's been in the game, he OG, you know, he come from spray painting or whatever he come from, OG in the game, and then I was a young dude, not from New York, from DC or where, you know what I'm saying, come through, and he takes over the drama part of what he does. That's what I think happened. You see what I'm saying? So
some of those shots, you know, the K-Slay would throw on some of those mixtapes, they was kind of, he was throwing them joints at you.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Did you know which ones were for you? And like,
I mean,
just knew, you know,
you know how you know,
like, you know.
When he say it, you like, okay.
Yeah,
because it could have not only been me, but he referenced, because I've done that too.
Yeah.
I've done that.
It's for
Like, you know what I mean? I've done that, like, DJ Drama. Like, I've done that with DJ Drama. I've found out some shit and went on there and like, yo, y'all, did you new ass DJs, man, try to come.
Yeah.
And now he's DJ Drama. So he tried to do a Street Wars type of thing as well. And I was like, hold on, yo.
Drama put out a beef tape?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I didn't know that.
He put out beef tape. You're not going to know it because there ain't nothing better than Street Wars. You know what I'm saying?
I could dig it.
Ain't nothing better than Street Wars,
So you're doing all these Street Wars tapes. Are you getting some calls from some folks to really do some real DJing in some places?
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Now, did you just learn the DJ, or you just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go ahead and do like this mixtape shit at the club, or like
I was doing mixtape shit at the club. I mean, at first, and then when it was like, nah, that's not it.
It wasn't working.
Nah.
So you went into a club.
Mm-hmm.
The opener is a DJ,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and he already don't like you anyway because he
probably
niggas
don't.
opening and shit, right? And like, and you come in there and do the mixtape thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not working. When you say not working, you mean like the girls, you know, like Shorty over there ain't really dancing.
Yeah, so
or like,
club and mixtapes are two different things.
right? Of course.
You know, I ain't realized that when I was going in because I know what I like. But I'm coming into it from a hip hop underground head mixtape, not party dance level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, I need a bunch of dudes bobbing their heads like, nigga, I'm gonna play you some exclusives. Like, oh, listen to this.
Yeah.
Like you know, you doing a mixtape live. So when you're not getting the feedback in the club because they ready to shake their ass or party, whatever. That's when I was like, that's when I employed my man DNA. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, all right, you a DJ. I'm going to get paid to be the DJ, but you're going to do the spinning.
You're going to do it, yeah.
And I'm going to be hosting on the mic. They going to get the P Cutta, but you spinning. So it became like I was the host and he was the DJ. You see what I'm saying?
I got it.
Until it was like, no, but I want to learn. So I'm like, yo, nigga, teach me. But y'all DJs ain't always want to teach a nigga some shit because...
Here you come. Yeah.
Like if DNA taught me, he don't have a job at this. Like he not getting booked as much because through my avenue, I'm getting booked.
Makes sense.
But you're spinning. So you working. And then you could build, you know what I mean? Then at that point, we built a relationship, and I was like, yo, you know what, we're going to do a CD together. Because he worked at the radio station, doing R&B. So I was like, you get the exclusive R&B. We're going to do R&B Chronicles, me and you. You know what I mean? So
Man,
that's
shout out DNA, man.
Shout out DNA.
My guy, DNA.
But he was a mixtape DJ before me. Like, he was already doing.
DNA had like another name, right? Like, it wasn't DNA. I don't think it was DNA. It was like something else. I might have to text him on that.
Yeah, he might.
I'm almost sure.
He might have when he was doing.
If I
the
know
mixtapes.
my trivia.
Yeah, it might have early.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at this, man.
Yeah.
But I can't remember.
That's good. I can't remember
exactly.
either.
Yeah, I think DNA had another name. I don't think he always was the Wild Child.
Nah, he wasn't always the Wild Child.
Yeah, the Wild Child DNA, but I'm pretty sure it was something else.
But you know what DNA stand for?
I do not. I don't know if I want to know, man. You like grinning and shit. Like, no.
That's just the initials of his name.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Was David or some shit? What's his nigga name?
No, the D is for DJ.
DJ.
His name's Nate.
Nate, I knew that. Nate, I knew that.
And
just on some Facebook
DNA.
shit. Oh, okay. All right. Shout out to Nate, nigga. Goddamn Nate.
Shout out to Nathan,
Yeah,
yo.
my nigga.
Be more Spanish, yo.
Yeah, man. Baltimore. So, rap beef, P. You were there for most. You were definitely there for the good ones.
Yeah, I was there for
minus the
ones.
LL Cool J's and the Cool
Yeah,
Moody
before
and all of that shit.
Yeah,
What
not
was
Cannabis LL, but I was there for the Jay-Z Nas's.
what's the ones? What's the ones?
Jay-Z Nas was the one.
Jay-Z Nas, greatest.
That was the one.
All time, still to this day.
I mean, that's the first one.
Number 2.
I liked. Damn, can I just go in order of? Because I'm chronological.
What you mean by order? Like when it happened?
Like the biggest battles
Yeah.
was Jadakiss versus Beanie Siegel.
So you gonna put Jada and Beanie over Jay and Nas?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. That's what I'm saying. That was
Okay.
so I based it on what made my tape hot.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go by Street Wars.
Yeah.
We're going by okay.
We're going by Street Wars. What made me do a Street Wars?
Okay.
I had Jadakiss and Beanie Siegel for the first one, and then I think 50 Cent did How to Rob. It was different stuff like that. The second one was Jadakiss and Nas. I'm sorry, Jay-Z and Nas.
Jay-Z
and
and
I think
Nas.
that was the biggest one because they were the biggest artists, and that's what makes it big.
Do you have either before the the beautiful thing I guess about that beef was everything wasn't mixtape. I mean, this shit was Takeover was on the album. You know what I mean? Ether was on the album.
Yeah.
Like, do you have that before the album shit hit, or like, nah, they held on to that shit?
Well, see, I wasn't dropping when it came out.
Okay.
So it came out, like I dropped Street Wars, Jadakiss Beans. After that's done, I have 3 months of music coming out.
I got you.
Nigga, Jay-Z dropped Takeover, somebody else dropped something else, everything dropped something else. But I waited 3 months for everything to brew. So by the time Ether dropped, that's when I hit.
I got you.
So it was only one big record that was exclusive when I dropped. Everything else was like, you probably, if you was into it, you heard it. You might even listen to Takeover, didn't know he's talking about Nas. You see what I'm saying? But that record was out for some weeks before I dropped it. Clue might have dropped it.
Yeah.
Everybody might have dropped it as a single, but
You going by your same formula.
I'm going by my
Let them
formula.
niggas drop, do
Let
what
them
they
niggas
do,
drop.
and let me get that.
I'm not a Clue exclusive drop. That's not me. I wasn't that. No, I don't want to have it first. None of that. I want to have it where, they go
It's
back
all
and
in one
forth.
place.
Yeah, but they're going back and forth. And if you drop a disc, I want the response. And then you want to respond in. So as I'm doing tapes, niggas is responding. It's almost like I'm playing double dutch because I want to put it out. But then, oh shit, the next day, Jay-Z just dropped another, you know what I mean? Another Carmen or something. He dropped another one. Super ugly.
Yeah.
Because Ether came out and Jay's like, I got to get back in the studio. And when the Ether dropped, At this point, I'm getting phone calls. Like, yo, I'm in New York. Flex is dropping this Ether record that Jay-Z, listen to it. I'm on the phone listening to a new radio to hear the record. And then you know what I do?
Record.
I'm on my way. No, I'm up 95. I'm up 95, go to the record label and get the record. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I need the record to put it out. I'm not putting the recorded tape from the radio, from my phone. Yeah, no, I want the song. And back then it wasn't no email. They couldn't just send it to you. I went and got it on a tape, on a CD. They'll burn a CD with it on at that time.
Shit, man.
So I'm on my way. I'm up 95. I'm stopping at Sony. Like, yo, my man at Sony. It might have been Jay Grand.
Jay Grand. Shout out Jay Grand, man.
Jay Grand. Yeah. I'm like, yo, Jay.
Yeah.
He might have been Funk Flex assistant or
carrying the crate, something. Yeah, something. Yeah.
I'm like, nigga, I need that. I know Flex already dropped 50 bombs on it.
Yeah. I
just need it so I could go back home, and that's gonna put the end in. I already got all the records from Jay and any other records. Ether, Street Wars Volume 2. That's when I did the signatures. P Cutta.
How many other so you said Drama tried. Any other DJs tried to kind of do the beef tape thing?
Yeah, there's a couple other does. I don't know if you know Sycamore.
I know of Sycamore. Shout out Sycamore. Sycamore he used to work at
Atlantic.
Yeah. Shout out Sycamore. And all that. Yeah. Shout out Sycamore.
Sycamore, he was one. Drama. J Arms. I think J Arms was the one that told me he was gonna do it. J Arms?
He called you and was like, yo, I know you do the Street Wars thing.
No, I ran into him.
Oh, okay.
Like doing the mixtapes, you run into people because everybody's hustling their mixtapes.
Yeah.
In New York somewhere, in Canal or, in Uptown, at Harlem Music Hut or in the Coliseum in Queens. So every time I go, I'm running into everybody. Cause we all dropping tapes. So that's the hustle. DJs is on the move, get your money. So I run into DJs, and when I meet them, they like, oh, yo, I do the instrumental joints. And I do instrumental joints too, at some point. But he was like, yo, that Street Wars joint was genius, yo. I had the idea to do that too, and then I saw you did it, so I just fell back because that shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But now, I'm going to go ahead and try to do it.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't.
He just told me he was going to do it.
He was about to do it. I got
Some people like Sycamore, he was a young dude, so he did it. You know what I mean? We had a conversation about it. I was almost, I ain't going to say I ran down on him, but yeah, I'm in New York and we coming out the same. Where you buy your CD blanks, I'm going to see you.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up. I don't like that shit you try, you know what I mean? Whatever. Vlad did it.
Wow.
Vlad put out one, and I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't his fault, though. Not his fault, but if you remember the Beef DVD.
I do.
So they made a mixtape.
I do.
But the Beef DVD, they used the audio from Street Wars for their DVD. So when the mixtape, then they did a mixtape, a Beef mixtape, but they did DJ Vlad. And I was like, some disrespectful shit. Hold on. You gonna take my music and then you gonna hire, at this point I'm like, Vlad my man, at some point. But I'm like, damn, you gonna hire a white boy to do? So, but respectfully, Vlad, when they came at him again for Volume 2, because I don't know if I expressed to him how I felt about it, but when they came for Volume 2, he didn't feel right doing it without me. Because he's like, nigga, this is you. This is your lane.
So y'all did it together?
We did it together.
The Volume 2. Mm-hmm. That's dope. Yeah, that's super
And
dope.
I was already doing the Street Wars, so I kind of, one of my Street Wars volumes just became a Beef Part 2 for their whatever release.
That old beef DVD, I remember that was kind of heavy.
Yeah, it was heavy.
Yo, you did DVDs? You had did you do a DVD?
I was supposed to do a
With the
Street Wars DVD.
Okay.
But I did some DVDs like that. Not a beef one, but I did some different ones. I was wanted to do a beef one, but I ain't have the know-how or video cameras or whatever to do.
Whatever. Yeah.
Like I put it out like it's coming. Like I put a trailer out like, nigga, this is about to be on it.
When did you stop? Like, when did you stop the Street Wars? Like, I mean, this shit is beef going on right now. When did you say, like, yo, I'ma chill? Or did you stop? Did you? I ain't seen a few up. I ain't seen them. But I mean,
tapes,
of course, just when the tapes in general stopped.
Yeah,
I mean,
when the internet came, when WorldStar came.
Yeah, when WorldStar came, it's kind of like.
Yeah, because I was doing it, even when that Piff came, I was doing it, but I was at the point where I got paid to do mixtapes, right? So when that Piff came, they weren't paying DJs for the mixes. But I had other websites that were paying me for the mixes. So they ended up just stealing mixes, in my opinion. They was just taking my old mixtapes and putting them up there. When I found out, I'm emailing them, contacting them, calling them like, yo, I ain't authorized you to put that shit up there. Like,
what can you really do?
Tell them take that shit down.
Yeah.
But what can you really do?
Yeah.
Nothing. My relationship with them started off as beef. Like, nigga, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Like, unless you gonna pay me, like, put some money in my pocket, I don't want you putting my shit up there. So they stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I had vendors, stores that's calling me like, yo, nigga, we paying you $1,000, and then this shit is on that pit for free. Like, which one are you doing? Like, I'm like, I didn't authorize that, just so you know.
Yeah.
No, that was not my authorization. I didn't give them to them. They got it from wherever they got it from and put it up there without my knowledge. And what can I really do other than be like, yo, tell them a message like, nigga, I don't like that shit.
Is there like a moment, throughout, your whole career, you know what I mean? Like, something that just stands out, you know what I mean? Like, just that key, like, yo, I made it, or like, yo, like, this is it. Like, yo, I met Obama for this shit, or like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's more meeting the guys I grew up on, like Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
Like, I meet Busta Rhymes, and not just I meet him because it's like, yo, Busta Rhymes or when I tell him who I am or tell somebody around him, they're like, yo, come meet Busta. So they might have been talking, but you know what I mean? So I go to Busta like, yo, what's up? Yo, I've been a fan of yours. Yeah, he's like, no, he might tell me first. Like, yo, I'm a fan of yours. I'm like, what?
Nigga, me?
Nigga, you a fan of me? Nigga, I grew up to you, Busta. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like KRS-One, different people. Raekwon. When I was amazed that they knew who I was in the sense of my mixtapes. Like, yo, we rock with the P Cutta shit. We rocking it. Fat Man Scoop, like, yo, nigga, you got me through Germany or something. Like, I was
R.I.P. Yeah.
R.I.P. You know what I mean? When I hear that, because I meet people, and then when I hear that, they know who I am, and they like, I've been listening to you, and they are the big stars in the hip hop game. That's when I know, like, oh, okay, what I'm doing is right. If they paid attention to me, this is legendary shit.
I know I asked you your top 5 before, but I gotta get this one in before we wrap up, man.
Hold up. Dirty Harry is the mixtape.
Oh, the Dirty Harry joint.
Dirty Harry, Dirty Love. That was the blend mixtape hosted by Andy Martinez.
Dirty Harry was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what made me fall in love, because I thought he had 8 turntables as much.
Yeah, that nigga, yo.
As much sounds. I was, you know what I mean? I had no idea how it was done, but I'm like, yo, this DJ, I'm just looking at 8 turntables.
Dirty Harry, they did the Pac shit, right? Didn't they do the Pac shit? Him and I remember
He
that.
might have done a Pac shit.
It was like a Pac joint. Like
he did it probably with Vlad.
Yeah, with Vlad. Yeah. That mixtape was crazy.
Yeah,
that mixtape was crazy.
And that was him. He was the blend master.
Yeah, that shit was insane.
When I met him, I was like,
if you listen to that tape today, like it's still some shit he doing like that. He doesn't even have stems, like or whatever. And that'll kind of segue into what I was about to ask you: top 5 mixtape DJs of all time.
Top 5 mixtape.
Without mentioning yourself, I know you number one, my brother.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
But top 5 greatest.
Top 5 greatest.
You go way back as far as you need to and know as you need to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to. I mean, I'll give it to. I'm gonna give it to Clue.
Number 1.
Yeah, I give Clue number 1 because I feel like he excelled the tape game. Like he took it to other levels. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I guess we're going my favorite, right?
Your favorite.
This is
your favorite, but you better mention.
This is my favorite.
You have to mention like 2 guys that I'm thinking of already. But I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah. So, top 5 mixtape DJs. Damn. I used to listen to a lot of mixtapes. I'm trying to figure out
who you listen to.
I know, that's what I'm trying to figure out the criteria. I mean, I named some of them before, which was the Tony Touches. I like Tony Touch because he transitioned into.
Okay, Tony Touch number 2.
Yeah, we could go Tony Touch
I like
number
that.
2.
You know what? Let's put Tony Touch and Doo-Wop together. So you don't even got to give Doo-Wop a side.
Okay.
We'll put them together.
Yeah.
All right?
The
Tony Touch,
brothers.
Doo-Wop too. Yeah, we'll put them together. Put them together.
The Diaz brothers. You said I can't mention myself?
No, you can't mention yourself. Can't mention yourself, bro.
I'm put Dirty Harry.
3. Who's number 4 and 5?
Kid Capri.
It's 4.
Who's gonna get that last slot? Damn.
It's better be good, P.
Damn, you got me thinking, cause
it's better be good, P.
Mm-hmm. Who didn't I say?
You want me to tell you who you didn't say?
Yeah, tell me who I didn't say.
Green Lantern.
Oh, see?
How we having a conversation?
That's the medicine I need for the memory. No, Green Lantern.
I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
And Green Lantern is probably my number 1. We got to throw Who Kid in there.
I don't know if I'm throwing him in my top 5.
You know, you got to throw him in top 5?
I think he just had a cheat code.
I say that. I give him that. I give you that.
Who Kid used to drop good tapes though back
Juice?
in the day.
You know I'm a DJ.
Oh yeah,
man. Like I'm a DJ, man.
Oh, so we going top 10.
Juice could probably. First of all, Green Lantern.
R.I.P. Juice.
R.I.P. Juice. Yeah.
I got a picture with Juice.
Yeah.
I
R.I.P.
met Juice. So that's all right.
Did you win one of those awards? I know that's complete. Like the Justo shit.
Yeah.
You had the award. How many of those you got? Which ones you win?
I won the best new mixtape DJ.
Word. Super dope.
But I was nominated. The year before I was nominated for like 5 awards.
Word. Okay.
But I didn't win that year. The next year I won.
Made me think that's what Juice. I was talking about Juice and
so
Justo,
no, and that's the thing.
And you said R.I.P. You kind of made me think about the
R.I.P.
whole
Juice, Justo.
yeah.
So I picked a DJ from the genre. I separate DJs for what they do.
Okay.
So that's why
I like that.
I got Dirty Harry.
So they're all, they're.
You know what I mean? Green Lantern. So that's why
they do different things.
Kid Capri was more of the, he taping his club sets.
Whole shit,
putting out mixtapes before niggas was doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to give him a slot. Clue had he dropping exclusives after exclusive. He was Mr. Exclusive Man. So that's how I had to give him a shot. Dirty Harry and Doo-Wop and Tony Touch.
Yeah.
They this nigga was rapping on his shit. So
Rapping
they
on,
was
yeah.
getting exclusives for niggas coming through in the studio. Like that was like live freestyles on they tapes type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But shout out, I Green Lantern, because that's what I'm saying. If I give it the clue, I feel like Envy is offspring of Clue. Juice is dope as shit. Juice, I could say Juice probably had better blends than Dirty Harry when it comes into the totality of it.
Juice was.
But Dirty Harry just
nasty.
he was the first person that had me like mind blown. So I'm like, Dirty Harry. Juice, yeah, I gotta give. I listen to the Juice 55, Juice 50. I got all them juices.
I need to holler at you about that, man. Yeah. But
yeah, I got you. I got all them juices.
What's next, man? I know you still cutting the hair, man. I know you got a passion for cutting hair, man. I just could tell.
Yeah, it was. I was the barber all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cutting hair is an art form.
It take a special person, man. That shit is therapy. That shit is art. It's like 20 different things, bro. It's fucking counselor.
I thought about taking a psychology class more recently.
For real? Like, yo.
Cause I'm like, yo, I got people that come in and I'm their psychologist.
Yeah, you know everybody's business, bro.
I know everybody's business. I know how they feeling. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure I gotta uplift people so that when they leave, they feeling better. Not just the haircut, but just about shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Like niggas come through breaking up with their girl type, and I'm, I gotta put some shit in perspective. So when you leave out of there,
I can imagine.
You fresh, but now you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's just, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I feel like that's, I went to school for physical therapy, but I'm doing more emotional therapy right now, and I love it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and the crazy part is I didn't want to stop cutting hair. It's just mixtapes took a lot of time because I was doing everything myself.
Bro, you was smoking, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you was smoking out here, bro. Yeah, you was smoking.
But it wasn't for my man. It was this dude. He in Miami, Sadiq. He run Headliners Entertainment Club Live.
Mm-hmm.
He from DC. And when I was out there, he was like, "Yo, P, why you stop cutting hair?" I was blown. Like, how you know I cut hair? Like, I know you from, we had Live on Sunday. And he was like, "Yo, you used to cut hair on Georgia Avenue." And I just thought he knew me from music. And he knew me from back in the day. He's like, I'm a barber. He's like, I never stopped cutting. I still promoting. He do the biggest parties in Miami.
Still
cutting, own businesses, buildings. He's like, don't ever stop cutting. Even if you're not only cutting a few people hair, that's a talent that you have. And that's what made me come back to DC. I came back to DC to cut.
What's next, man?
Next?
We all getting a little older.
Yeah.
We ain't slow down though.
I think,
I
mean, this podcast thing is something in which I feel like could be next for me.
So,
cause I got stories. I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of behind the scenes stuff that people might not know. And I watch some of my peers like Joe Button.
Yeah.
Like Gilly. Like Nori.
They killing it. Yeah, they killing it.
And they, they're just telling stories, or they know the information, they know the people, they know how to ask questions, they know how to, and I love it. Like, they inspiring that I'm just like, I need to. Yeah.
Nigga, you all over the internet, you might as well,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You all over the internet. Well, listen, brother, we go back easily 20 years. I know it's more than 20.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
It's more than 20.
Yeah, easily,
Because what, it's more than 20.
Yeah,
we go back 20-something years.
Yeah, 20-something years, and I never had a bad thing to say about you. And we done did a lot of business together.
Yeah.
So, it's I guess it's rare to find someone, that you done did business with, and you could still kind of call on the phone, you know what I'm saying, and they pick the phone up, you know, for favors or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, after 2 decades, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think I was telling my wife this. There's different people in the city, you know. I always tell like, yeah, he used to work for me, or we done did business together, and it's always like, it's always on the up and up.
Yeah,
basically. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man. Yeah,
like,
man.
That's what I'm about. And if it's not, then I might have done business with people like you said.
Yeah, man.
You know how you was in the clubs, and you know we talking about. That was one reason I didn't do DJing clubs like that, because I don't know what I would have done if somebody ain't paid me my money.
They like, this shit is worth. Yeah, this shit is work. You know what I mean? Or yeah,
it's like, work.
Yeah, I gotta
like,
kill a nigga.
I don't want to deal.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Because I go back to, I think I was saying you earlier, well, 2 things. MF Doom, right? My man, Big Ben Klingon, used to work for me. That's MF Doom manager.
Okay.
R.I.P. MF Doom, but
R.I.P. Yeah.
how? Now, I probably need to get you to interview him because he got stories. But how they started the MF Doom thing is because Doom just wanted to create. So he was like, look, I'm going to put on a mask. I don't want nobody to know who I am. All I want to do is create. I don't want to do business with people. You handle the business. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. All I want to do is create. Because that's the best part of it. You just want to create and not have to worry about, you know, something messing up your mindset to not want to do business.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I feel like, you know, that's why I didn't want to do clubs like that. If it was big venues and concerts that you paid me a few stacks.
I got to figure this out. Yeah. Yeah. We got to.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that couple times, it might be, I don't know, Mad Power Unit or somebody going to be like at the end of the night.
Oh, Dominique and Tupac.
The envelope ain't right. Like, hold up, man.
Yeah.
Well, give me the right envelope.
Yeah. That's his envelope. This can't be mine. That's his over there. That can't be mine.
I ain't doing this again. I ain't cut up. But we were saying earlier when I said I want to do podcasts, because I watch Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay, and one of my peoples hit me up because he did an interview with like Steve Stout, and they went to, he was managing Nas, so they went to Queensbridge with Jungle and Wiz and them.
Yeah,
and my man hit me, was like, yo, P, you did this back in 05, 20 years ago. Going
out to the spots.
Yeah, I was going to the hoods of the artists. I think it was Nas's artist that I went out there with, Nate Sean, and he took me through all Queensbridge, you know, on some smack shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but the wild thing is, my man that lost the footage because.
Hey, y'all, listen.
And I had footage of an interview with Jazzo.
Wow, shout out Jazzo, yeah.
And he was talking about Jay-Z's situation. And he broke down, started crying.
Oh, man.
And I lost the footage.
Always back up. I guess they were taped back in them days.
He probably didn't want people to see that, you know, him getting emotional like that, because it was a real thing that they was going through. He really, you know, and they had their tiff.
And you lost the footage.
My man lost the footage, y'all. He ended up getting locked up, and when he came home, his mother must have threw out the tapes, I had interviews with Joe Buttons when he was.
Rule number 1, always hit record.
Yeah.
Rule number 2, always hit save.
Yeah, always hit save.
You know, it's crazy. We almost just had an issue, you know, go something here,
Yo,
you know,
listen,
with this joint. So, you know, make sure y'all always hit record. I did a joint with Trell like that, you know, where I went to the hood. You know what's crazy though, and I'm gonna rap after this, but like I was looking at like the old Fab Five Freddy shit.
Yeah.
Where the nigga had like NWA, like they was in the pickup, like they was going like in Compton and shit. And I was like, yo, I wanna go you know, and it goes back to like just calling, you know, I just called, you know, shout out to the homie. And like, I'm like, yo, I'm coming over there.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It, you know, it kind of happened. So yeah, the same thing. But nobody really doing that now. You know, niggas lazy. Niggas want to sit on a couch like this and just, you know, just record. But my brother, listen, we've been talking like I know this shit like an hour and an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, we got through
my
Street
nigga.
Wars 1 and 2.
Yeah. Yo, yeah, we made it to Street Wars 1 and 2, and it's 38 more of them motherfuckers and shit. Yeah, 38 more of them motherfuckers. Yo, but like stories. I was listening, you know, it kind of made me go back and listen to some of the old Street Wars online, and like all the motherfuckers is on the internet. Yeah, and it just kind of, you know, brings back memories of just, you know, how shit was with the mixtapes and you know, and just, you know, just the structure of them and just, you know, different things. So it was cool to reminisce about that, and you know, you are a legend, my nigga. I'm telling you. You don't gotta tell yourself. Hey. You know what I'm saying? You are definitely a legend out here, you know. And yo, you know, even better to call you, you know, one of my homies, man. You pick up the phone, my brother. Yeah, no doubt. You know what I mean? You know, the least I could do is get you some hip hop chicken, my nigga. You know what I mean?
we family, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? You know my pops, you know what I mean?
Listen,
so
I'm tell you this. It's a lot of, I've gotten a lot of requests.
Yeah, you told me that. You ain't never even
do interviews and
you told me, man.
I'd rather sit down with my folks and tell my story like that rather than, you know.
We definitely gotta do this again. I promise you, when we do this again, we are on. You're not scared of like boats and shit, right?
Scared of what?
Boats.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this on the boat. We was talking about that before. Yeah, we're gonna do this on the boat, man. But I appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to my guy on production, Maserati Mo, making sure we in focus out this joint, man. And we up out of here, man. Thank you, my brother.